Good morning. Just waking up here at Milan Hill State Park, Milan, New Hampshire. No, not Milan, Milan. Still one of my favorite campsites. Next campsite over is only probably about 1/10 of a mile that way, so we got this whole space all to myself here. This is actually designed for a group site. You got tent platforms all over the place. You got one over here, there's one over there, and there's another one up in the woods over there. So this is really designed for group camping, but as a solo traveler you can still book it, which is great. I love it. So quiet here and everything. I don't have to deal with noisy neighbors and all that sort of stuff. So I do enjoy coming here. Even if it is a little on the pricey side now to stay here per night. New Hampshire jacked up all the rates of the camping now, and it's like $35 a night to stay here, where I paid just $22 a night over at Sugarloaf. So something to consider. That's why I'm only staying here one night rather than 3 nights. That and there's no hiking trails here. They got a whole system of cross-country ski trails, but they're not very well maintained. They don't mow them and stuff, which is unfortunate. I mean, they do once in a while, but not very often, and I'm worried about getting ticks and other things. I've had enough ticks on me before. I don't need that again. So I tend to shy away from them this time of year. But nice thing they have here though is they have a great fire tower, and that's where we're going next. We're going to go up there this morning, and then we're going to come back. We're going to finish packing up, and we're going to hit the road. One of the neat things you'll see when you're coming up to the fire tower is this old building up here. It's all boarded up now, but that was the house where the person manning the fire tower would have lived. A lot of interesting little history right there. It's a neat looking building and everything. It's actually too bad it went in such a state of disrepair now. They could have kept it around for a little bit more historical significance, I think, but kept it fixed. Actually, I think they should have had it all fixed up and rented it out as a cabin, but that's me. I would have partaken in that. And right next door to the tower is the reason why we have such good cellular internet access up here. Right up on the hill, there's a cell tower. Beautiful morning view out here. A little cloudy, not as good as it was yesterday. Nice and clear in the afternoon yesterday when I first got here. If you want to see that, just go back and look at the last video I released. There's your high-speed internet here. If you look really closely, you can see a whole bunch of windmills off in the distance. And a lot of mountains here. Amazing amount of mountains here. Right in the middle of the White Mountain National Forest, basically. It just goes on and on. You got some closer windmills on this side. Definitely one of my favorite places to visit. I need to head back down again. Gotta get packed up and get out of here now, unfortunately. I like it here. Maybe I should have just stayed here for the full 3 nights instead. Been awfully expensive though. Anyway, we're gonna finish walking around the loop. I don't know if I'll see anything worth filming, but we'll walk around the loop and see, and we'll catch you guys back at the campsite. Well, everything's packed up, ready to take off. Picnic tables are right where I left them. And all these cool platforms here, so if you ever have a group outing there where you need tents set up, this is a good site for it. But anyway, guess it's time to hit the road. I have to say though, Wolfman Jack is definitely looking good with those 4 crossbars now all equally spaced out. I'm looking forward to when I get the 600 watts of solar power on there. That is going to be awesome. All it takes is money. Well, I guess next stop we're going to head over to the recycling bin area and trash barrels and that, and dispose of all the trash, the recycling, propane tanks, that stuff. Then we go check out. And we start heading towards Lancaster, where I'm going to get my breakfast over there this morning. By the time I get there, it's probably going to be time for lunch, but it is what it is. On the road. Like I said, first stop is trash and recycling. Second stop, check out, and then we head on down the road. There's a dumpster area right here. It's one of these parking spots. Dump the trash, recycling, and that, and then we'll check out. She wasn't there to check out with, so I left the recycling basket on the porch because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with it. And I'm going to be on my way now. I'm going to have one of these on the way out. Boston cream yodel. On the stock covered bridge. I've been here before on my scooter one time, but figure, coming by, might as well take a look at it. Interesting bridge. Some Christmas lights strung on it. Love to see what it looks like all lit up at night. But you don't see too many covered bridges with sprinkler systems in them. A fire sprinkler system in this one. Fire alarms, everything. You don't see that too often in covered bridges. Yeah, neat little place. A nice little church right there at the end there too. Hopefully they don't mind me parking my van in front of it for a few minutes. Nobody seems to be there using it though. Well, that was a fun little stop. I'll see if there's anything else interesting to see on the way. Don't know, otherwise we'll see you at the Dunkin Donuts. Yeah, I didn't see much of anything else to stop at and see along the route. And it started raining too, so I guess there wasn't much sense. Anyway, glasses back on. Let's actually see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go order myself some breakfast and I'll be back in a few minutes. I picked up myself a small mocha coffee. A little hot. Some hash browns. And a croissant sandwich. I would have gotten the snack and bacon. I actually love that, but I had too much bacon in my diet. I may put pepper on that bacon, which ruins it. So, this is good. It's got sausage. Kind of sad. I love these trips, but they don't last long enough. I really, really, really wish I had the financial resources to do this full time. Oh well. Yeah, still anxiously awaiting the return of Foster's General Store over here. Look like they still got a ways to go yet, though. And it won't have the same charm that it used to have anymore either. A little closed up general store they used to be, but oh well. Anyway, next stop we're going to run through Franconia Notch and probably stop in Lincoln to use the facilities. I think it's now time to end this video. We're not too far from the home base, and well, it was a fun adventure. I think I didn't plan it out too well enough, though, because I feel like I was just too busy. Needed more time to put the stuff up on the roof there. I probably should have just stayed in one spot for the whole trip instead of trying to do two stops in a 3-day trip. I think that was a little bit too much. We'll consider that on the next trip. At least the next solo adventure. Next trip I'll be taking, I'm heading up to Hapgood Pond. I'll be going up there, meeting up with my brother again. Doing another trip with him. Hapgood Pond Recreation Area in Peru, Vermont. So I will find time to get you guys a tour video of that campground. It's been pre-YouTube since I've been there, so before 2020. Before I started my YouTube channel, this was the last time I was there, so... Actually just around the time I was just starting to think that maybe I should start videoing all my adventures, but didn't get around to it then yet. Anyway, with that, remember, slow down, enjoy life, and always be kind. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.